cute. For dinner tonight, we will be having mahi mahi prepared with some cumin and coriander, salt and pepper. I'm going to do that on the stove, pan fried in coconut oil to give it a little toasty nuttiness. And it's going to pair really well with the rest of the ingredients. We are serving that on top of jasmine rice with some baked sweet plantains because we are obsessed with plantains in this house, whether it's in a patacones, a chip, or baked when they are ripe. It's one of the best things. It's almost like having dessert for dinner. With all of that, we are going to be making a deliciously spicy and sweet mango and citrus salsa. So I'm really excited, and let's get going because it's getting late. I'm going to start supreming some blood orange. The first cut is never like the best one because you just want to see how deep it is. So it should look like that. You don't want to see any of the pith, that's a funny word. You don't want to see any of the white part on it. Now I'm on to my second one. I'm squeezing some of the juice out from the oranges and the grapefruit to kind of make this delicious vinaigrette. And when the pieces are really large like this, I just cut them in half because we want them to be similar sizes or at least similar thickness. So it's going to be pretty thin. And I also want to be very gentle with this. Okay, so we have all of our grapefruit and blood orange with some of the juice in there. And for this, I have a great hack. I hope it works out because these are really large mangoes, so I'm not sure if it's gonna work. Where it's the widest, that's where the seed is running along. So you turn it, so it's the thinnest spot. And I like to take a glass that has a thinner rim, and starting from the bottom of the mango half that I have, I line it up with the edge, use it in your palm, and if the mango is ripe, this is a lot easier. I'm gonna have to move this way. And with your palm, kind of just start pushing and dragging the skin all the way around in a circle until you have a very clean, like look how thin that is, skin of mango, and you are left with not only some juice at the bottom, which we're gonna add right into our bowl, but a perfectly halved, ready to slice mango skin. So make sure your hands are dry when you do this because if it slips, you risk obviously dropping everything and possibly cutting yourself on a broken glass, which is not good. So I understand if this is uncomfortable for you, do it the way that you want. I love doing it this way because I feel like I don't waste any mango. And when they're super big, it is a little tricky because this side will want to cut in and you're just not there yet, but it's fine. So I'm going around. Again, the mango was a little bit slippier the second time around, but we are left with a very floppy, very well cupped out mango. And there's the piece of mango. Since we have our citrus kind of like shaped in slices, we're gonna do the same thing with the mango and have nice big bites of this as almost like a salad rather than like a chopped salsa, just because I think that it looks prettier. So for that, we are just going to thinly slice this mango all the way, which is so good. Okay, and now we have these beautiful slices. I mentioned this is a weeknight meal, and if you know, the store-bought plantains are rarely ready to be eaten that day. So I had to get these ones from Trader Joe's. I've never seen them there before, but we've had them already and they are so good, fried and just ready to bake. This is what they look like. They are delicious. I don't add anything else to them. Have you ever seen that like reel on Instagram, like people who are cooking and are constantly like they can't have things on their hands? That is me 100%. I know I can use gloves, but I have like very, very few left over. Even as a kid, when I was eating watermelon, I absolutely hated feeling the dripping of the juice from the watermelon on my hands and in between my hands. That feeling has never gone away, and I'm constantly at that sink. I need paper towels and I need a towel next to me like throughout the entire cooking process, or I will feel so gross and it just bothers me. I did say I was gonna save that mango, but honestly, it's so good. I really love heat in my food, especially in the summertime. So I'm going to slice these in rounds and maybe just include some of the seeds in there too. The trick is to slice it very thin. Also, when it's in there with the acids and the salt, it will mellow. And lately, jalapenos have been very mild. Like, I can eat an entire one with the seeds and I just get zero spice factor. But I do love a jalapeno. Okay, I'm gonna try this and I'm probably gonna burn. No, that's not hot. This is like the jalapeno I just mentioned. But it's very crunchy. It's like a bell pepper. It's insane. Let's add more. Maybe this one will be hotter. I'm not sure if I'm like tearing up because this is hot already or if I'm just sad that it's not spicy. No. It's not spicy, you guys. Fun fact, when you slice it this way, this is a salad cut. When you slice it this way, the circle, that is a saute type of cut. I think with this one, it's a little bit more mild. And the other way, it's like really holding on to all of the flavors on the inside. So you want it very thin again. This is spicier than the Serrano. How funny. Half of a lime. Okay, this is our salsa. Plantains are cooking. Pan is heating for the mahi mahi. We are now ready to season our salsa, so let's go take a look. Look at that beautiful color, you guys. Okay, for this, I just want to keep it simple. Let's just do some salt, a good amount of that, so it's like a salty, sweet bite. I'm gonna try it from there. Okay, I want to do as Moira said from Schitt's Creek and fold, because we have some delicate orange supremes in there that I don't want to start breaking. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is definitely more of a salad. I said it was gonna be a salsa. This is a citrus salad at this point. They are just so big. And I'm gonna try a bite. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of everything. That's a little bit of everything. This is gonna be weird to eat on camera, but oh, here we go. Okay. That is delicious. It needs more salt and it needs something else. Let me figure it out and get back to you. I don't want to overcomplicate this salad, this citrus salad. But I do think it needs something else. So we're gonna add a little bit more salt because it definitely needed that. And you know what it needs? It's some lemon. It needs a little bit more acidity. We also didn't have the spiciest serrano chili, so that might have a lot to do with why it's kind of lacking in one area. I have another lemon. But definitely needs some acid. And for even more of a depth, I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, but not a lot. And then we're gonna give it a taste after that. I am not an animal. I did put the other spoon in the sink because that would kind of be just like not okay. Okay, so we added lemon. I'm now only gonna taste the liquid and see how we're doing. Look how pretty that color is. Can you guys see it? I'm gonna tilt it down. Okay, so we stirred it. Look at that liquid. Oh, it's so beautiful. So now it's a little bit more like a vinaigrette. Let's try. Yeah, a little bit more acidity, some of the salt and the oil gave it a little bit more depth. I don't want to add anything else to that. I think it's really well done. For extra creaminess, I am going to cube up or slice some avocados right at the end. In this pan, I'm adding a tablespoon of coconut oil. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit though. We're gonna go medium high. Medium high, give this a moment. The coconut oil is not hot enough yet. All right, here we go. You can tell it is ready by those ripples in the oil. That is the sound I want to hear. It's not too quick, but it's definitely working on browning. I picked this one because I feel like it matches all the rest of the citrus with that elongated shape. Once you see that it is turning white on the sides, that's when you know it's time to flip. This is in coconut oil, and it's like the perfect oil because it has a high smoke point, but it also works really good with tropical types of cuisine, summer foods, fish. I absolutely love it. And what we're gonna do now is instead of letting this stay on high heat, I'm going to take out the plantains that are done, and we're gonna swap this. It's gonna go in the oven at 350 for another like 2 minutes. This is such a win for me during the week. For one, if I was to fry these in my house during the week, it would get very hot. It's summer. Also, we talked about how it just takes so long to ripen plantains. It takes like 5 days, maybe more, to get them to a point where they're very sweet like this. Okay, rice off to the side. Fish kind of over top plantains. We'll put right here, salad over fish. And I'm kind of draining some of the liquid out before plating it. That way I have a little bit more control to add it where I want. And get it out of the shadow. God bless you. I can't. This is how it looks